Professor Adesoji Adesugba, a man of many parts, extraordinary achiever of many long-lasting legacies recorded through hard work. Adesoji Adesugba is a visiting professor of business administration at the American International University, Banjul, Gambia. An accomplished specialist in investment promotion and economic development, he is known for his proficiency in organizational development and institutional reforms. Professor Adesugba has a certificate in Chinese economic development from the Normal University, Beijing, China, a diploma in international commercial arbitration from the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK, and a certificate from the Columbia Law School in New York. He is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliators, a fellow of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, and a fellow of the Chartered Taxation Institute of Nigeria, among other intimidating achievements. Adesugba is founder and provost at the Business Entrepreneurship Skills and Technology Best Center and a vice president at the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The 60th birthday of the man many say has contributed to economic and youth development in Nigeria came up on May 10th, 2019 with a lecture themed Learn to Live. The event, which took place at the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, attracted dignitaries from all walks of life who came to celebrate with the celebrants. In spite of many things demanding for his attention during the occasion, Professor Adesugba still made out time to speak to journalists on issues ranging from leadership to youth unemployment in Nigeria.
The most important thing is life is temporary for all of us. We're here to do what we need to do, and you have to be very altruistic before you can develop. And for a country like Nigeria, we actually need very altruistic leadership. People who think outside the box, who don't think about themselves but think about the greater good. And everybody must learn to do individually what is best for the country. That is very important. Stop criticizing the country, just do it. Do it. We have no choice. We are growing at 2.6% per annum. Right now we are 201 million people. We are having 5 million children every year. We have to cater for them. If we don't plan, if we don't start doing things outside the box, thinking outside the box, we're in trouble. And that's the whole purpose and essence of my life. To lead by example, to show people that it is possible as an individual to expand development, to create economic individuals, entities. So together we can now discover that if everybody is doing something positive and we is joining up, you know, the aggregate of it will lead the country forward. It's very important for people to understand that. Stop thinking about how many cars you have. Stop thinking of how many buildings you're going to build. Think about the community that you are living in. How do you impact on others? It's very, very important, and that's the essence of living as far as I'm concerned. Learn to live, live to learn.
Okay, sir, this goes to show that you are worried about the alarming rate of population. Now, that brings us to the fore. What's your assessment of government's employment rate?
Well, I'm alarmed about the growing rates of the population if there is no planning for those who are being born. But it could be a positive thing if we plan adequately. And that's why we are joining up with the Ministry of Education now at the Best Center for us to have the National Skills Policy. Surprisingly, Nigeria doesn't have a National Skills Policy. Everybody is doing things haphazardly. So we need to create that skills policy. And that's what we are going to do. We are determined to do it.
So how would the Chamber of Commerce assist the government?
We're already doing that. We're already doing that. We have the Business Entrepreneurship Skills and Technology Center where we train youth, not just train them, we also link them up to jobs. We have an application that does that, and we have a hub where we also train young people. And we have different programs, and it's becoming very, very popular.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Today is a day of tribute, so it will be difficult to simply welcome all of us. It is also very difficult to avoid talking about the celebrant, even in this welcome address. So what I will try to do is to do two things. First of all, this program has been slated for 2 hours, and because Prof, celebrant, is a stickler for precision. He wants this done quickly and efficiently, even though he knows that in Africa we hardly do things like that. So we'll try to blend both. I welcome all of you. I welcome the National President, Nasima. I welcome the incoming President, Nasima. I welcome our brother and friend and the patriot, Prince Segun Awolowo, who is the CEO and Executive Director of Nigerian Export Promotion Council. In some countries, they call him the Export Czar. That is the arm of government that is to bring dollars into the country. I want to thank you for the work you're doing for our country. This is about the 6th year or thereabouts on that seat. It's not easy to stay in that kind of eye of the storm and still hold your head high and still do your best. So we thank you for your presence today. And it is in the spirit of this type of endeavor that we have to celebrate Prof, who everybody knows is my twin brother. I never knew we were from the same state. I never knew we were from the same local government area for several years, maybe up to about 15, 18 years. I never knew. But our paths have crossed severally. He never had the privilege to attend CMS Grammar School in Lagos. He was in one of these manageable schools, Methodist Brother School. But the interesting thing is that to enter CMS Grammar School, you have to take the same exam with Methodist Brother School and which school? And Baptist Academy. So he was in Methodist Brother School, but he knew more people in CMS than myself. I could sing our school song. And he could do also a lot of bad things that we grammarians were known for. So he was a grammarian at heart. But we never knew. But I knew his younger brother who was a grammarian. I also knew that we were all around Sulere together. I was not privileged to live in Sulere. I lived in Ovanikoro, just beside the current Vice President, Professor Shibajo. We grew up together. But we all partied together in Sulere, around Modupe Johnson. What's the name of your street? Modupe Johnson, around Ogunlano Drive. I didn't go to Jalukon. So we were in Unilag together. And he read law, of course, later. It's an old law, but not too late. I think it was called about 4 or 5 years after me, because he read business first. Then our ways were crossing each other because he has done everything professionally that you can imagine any Nigerian who is upward mover would do. He worked for government for about 18 years as a uniform officer. And he walked away from that. It is strange, it is rare. So in welcoming you today, I want us to pick lessons from the trajectory of the life of Professor Adesugba. He walked away from being a custom officer, a senior custom officer, and joined the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council. That is a paradigm shift. Few people have the courage to do that. He did. And he worked there. He worked with the BPE, Bureau of Public Enterprise, shifting from one wing to the other, all in the areas of investment, area of business, and area of developing our economy. Of course, I yanked him from NIPC later We worked together as my technical advisor when I was in the ministry, both in culture and also in the Ministry of Labour. Then he became the chairman of the Industrial Arbitration Panel for 4 years. Then he retired from there. Now, when all of us, he left government, I left. By that time, I think he had done a stint of about almost 30 years in government. I'm a very lazy man. I did only 4 years, and I ran. And I assure you, nothing will take me back there again. I assure you of that. He had done about 30 years, 32 years, but the wife is stronger than him. But I think she did 35 years. Retiring as a Federal Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism.
Message. I knew I just had to come and share this day with you because you are truly an inspiration. You are a great brother. When I got this appointment, I think it was 5 years ago, actually, at my 5th year, I got this appointment. I received a lot of calls, some bordering on the audacious. You get calls, people say, you got that job now, this is how we teach you, this is how we make money, this is how you do this and you won't get into trouble, this is what you should do. Audacious calls. But I had 2 calls that were very influential to me. And Prof, you don't know, I'm telling you this today. It was your call and the Vice President, it's called, then he was Attorney General of Lagos, I believe. He had left as Attorney General. So those were the 2 calls that were really important to me. And the VP called me and he said, look, you've got that, but you have to look at the foundation of the place, because the foundation is wrong. You'll not be able to achieve anything. I'm going to get KPMG to come and help you with your institutional and functional review of that place. They're very costly, they will charge, but I'll talk to them. And I got that, and that was leverage which we build on. The second call that was very important to me was Prof. And Prof called, look, Shegun, okay, congratulations, blah, 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 this is good. Now, this is what you must do. And that's Prof for you. I need to sit with you for a couple of minutes. We'll go through this, we go through that. Are you thinking of this? I said, yes, I just got a call from your brother and friend, Professor Shibaju, and this is what he told me. He said, yes, that's very good. Okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. And that is the relationship I have with Prof. And occasionally too, when he sees something good, he's going to call and say, Shegun, yes, I like that, but you need to scale up and do this. And when something is not also good, Prof is there for me to say, no, I don't like that direction. Are you in the office? Okay, I'm in Abuja, I'll come and see you tomorrow. And that's the joy I have working with Prof. So listening to your mentees that you've mentored, coming to talk about live to learn, that's exactly who Prof is. When Prof comes to my office, we plan to stay for maybe an hour, 30 minutes, but we end up for 2 hours, and we're brainstorming, and he's bringing different groups to me. One day is gemstones. He has developed this, Shegun, we need to do this, I'm bringing the association, we'll come in, we'll start, and then he changes the whole direction of where we're going. The next day, he comes and says, yes, it might not really be interesting, but let's bring this group, retired paramilitary people, and then we brainstorm again. We have a round meeting with them. You know, Prof, you're a great guy. It is Prince Kayode said, yes, you are on between that part of Ondo and Ekiti, where they read and petition. So it is it is no wonder that you are strong, and you really teach people to be strong for what you stand for. and to be visionary and to work. As long as you are doing your work, nothing can shake you. And that is the message you give to us in public service. I'm not surprised that many directors are here from NIPC, because they have gone through your mentoring and they know that this is what you stand for. Prof, I congratulate you. I wish you all the very best. Best wishes from some of your friends and brothers as well, that respect you and look towards you. You are the new 60, looking 40. Your 60 really is the new 40, and that is what you demonstrate here. Prof reads a lot. Is always reading. He will always have one book or two to recommend to you. Shegun, have you read this? It's very important. It will help with your job. And that's the kind of friendship and mentoring you need at this level of your life.
He's someone that is not afraid to learn from people who are younger than him. He's someone that's not afraid to learn from people, even illiterates. He's someone that, just sees anybody and feels like that person has something to offer. And I think that's one of the most important things about his character. I'll say you must learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. And that's what Professor Adesugba has done. He's an embodiment of living to learn in all sense of it. Imagine how shocked I was when he was talking about digital and social media marketing. Like, where did you know that? That's what millennials are even struggling to learn.
And the 60th birthday lecture of my father, my mentor, my friend, my boss, Professor Adesoji Adesugba.
Of Professor Adesugba is his loyalty to friendship, his commitment to his friends, his desire to build up the younger generation and make sure that he mentors as many people as possible. I think that's one of the strongest points I have for him, and I think I should commend him for that. You have seen you've heard what has been said, and I can assure you that every single thing that has been said is true, and there is more where that is coming from.
So beyond this lecture now, where do you see his track record of achievement cascading to?
Well, I think he has set some good targets for himself. With the best center, he hopes to train over 1,000 youths. You know the challenges we have with youth employment. So what should be done is that government should headhunt people like Professor Adesugba and give them responsibility to make sure that we build the capacity of our youth, to make sure that that's our response to youth unemployment, that is not only a problem in Nigeria but a problem with most African societies.
No doubt, many who attended the birthday celebration had a good time to cross-fertilize ideas on various issues of life. A certified international arbitrator and mediator, Professor Adesugba has worked as chairman of the Industrial Arbitration Panel (IAP) of an agency of the federal government of Nigeria set up for resolution of industrial disputes.